What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays for this Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, we have an action-packed show, but before I begin the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transitions and beyond. So that is what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. And also what we do here on Transition Tuesdays is when you come on, I'll shout you out as well. So I'm so excited you guys being here. I got to give you guys some soul claps. Got to do that for the people, for the Transition Army. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to check on with me on Transition Tuesday. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you guys, man. I really do. So let's get after it. In transition news today, okay, you got Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the I was going to say Utah Jazz, I don't know why, but between Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, in which the Thunder now take a commanding 3-2 lead in the series. Game 5 is a pivotal game. Like I mentioned last week, in Game 4, I thought the winner of Game 4 will win this series, and that happened to be OKC. And history has told us that the winner of Game 5 has gone on to win the NBA championship. I mean, that's just a historic thing, memo there, you know, in terms of the NBA Finals. Again, you know, SGA did his thing. He's just doing his thing as MVP. And when they win, I'm sure he'll get MVP Finals, you know, Finals MVP. But J-Dub, Jalen Williams, might be some kinfolk to me. I don't know, maybe. But he really did his thing, 40 points. And again, this guy has been playing well ever since Game 7 of that Denver Nuggets series, in which there was a rumor going around, like if they lost that game and he didn't produce because he was having a terrible series, they were saying they were gonna trade for KD. KD was gonna come back and then he would be sent to the Phoenix Suns. So maybe that lit a spark under him. But again, he's just been playing phenomenally ever since that game, and maybe that potential trade threat, you know, but he's coming out big, man. A 24-year-old kid, you know, kinfolk of mine, J-Dub, you know, just never know. I put it out there. Maybe he might be. I might see him at the family reunion, you know. But yeah, man, they are looking good. OKC looks like they're in the driver's seat thus far. So they have a commanding 3-2 lead. The series goes back, I think it's Thursday. It goes back to Indiana, and we'll see what goes on there. But I think the series is going to be over either 6 or 7. Great thing about it is we're going to get 6 games out the deal. This has been a great playoffs. The championship, the finals have been fine. It's been great as well, you know. So we're going to see. At least we guarantee the 6 games out the deal, and possibly 7. We'll see how much the Indiana Pacers can step up and possibly win to force a Game 7. I know Halliburton has been injured. You know, the Pacers get a lot of, you know, from Carlisle saying he should have played T.J. McConnell more, because he really kept them in the game. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they can force a Game 7. And it's always great to see a Game 7, especially for the NBA Finals. Man, for all the marbles. So that would be really cool to see. So we'll see. Let's stay tuned. You know, man, by next week we might even have a NBA champion. You know, might be done on Transition Tuesdays. Who knows? Because as you guys know, things go down on a Transition Tuesday, right? So let's transition some more, guys, into, let me just see here real quick. Yeah, let's just see, because I don't see anybody yet. Okay, no one's checking in. That's okay. Let's transition into number 47. Number 47's military party. Okay, you guys see this past Saturday? You know, the taxpayer is on the hook for this. You know, that parade, that military parade It's over $50 million in which the taxpayers are held captive holding the bill. And again, it was about the military strength, and this happened to be on number 47's birthday as well. So, he wasn't getting the crowds that, he thought he would have. I mean, when you saw that lawn there, it looked very barren, looked very empty. And again, you could just see his expressions on his face too when the trucks, when the tanks were going by. And I want to address something real quick that you guys probably been seeing. What about the relationship between Melania, his wife, and number 47? Man, it looks very strange. You see pictures. I don't know if you guys been seeing pictures. They've been having like conversation with one another during the parade, and they showed one time she didn't want to be bothered. She like acknowledged the crowd. She looked at him, and then she just had one of those looks like, one of those deals. Something is going on there. I see he attempted to hold her hand, and she's pushing it way back. Man, something is going on in the White House. Okay? Man, something is going on in the White House. But, number 47, this didn't go as planned, but I'm sure they'll try to flip it to say it was the biggest parade ever, and this is the first time we're doing this. And, shout out to those Army, man, those Army marching, who was marching in there, who did their silent protest. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but they weren't marching the way normal Army people march. It looked like it's more like a walk or stroll. And then now it's coming out, that was their silent protest, saying they didn't want any parts of this. Hey, look, man, you just comment on seeing what you're seeing, you know what I mean? That stuff is coming out. We don't know why Melania Trump looked like she was mad at number 47 as well. The small crowds. Man, the 2000 No King protest throughout the country was going on during that time as well. Man, it's a lot of stuff going down, and especially on the president's birthday. Was he 79 now? The oldest president to be elected in the United States of America. It didn't go as planned. I'm sure that wasn't a great birthday gift, but it was what it was. But who's left holding the bill? Us, the taxpayers. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that, guys. How do you guys feel about this particular parade? You know what I mean? And the relationship between number 47 and Melania, it seems to be going astray as well. You know what I mean? I try to stay out of grown folks' business, but just looking at it from the peripherals, looks like stuff is, looks like Rome is burning. Looks like Rome is burning. So I don't know. We shall see, man. We shall see on that. Man, I tell you, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, man, we're going to get out of here pretty soon because I had a prior engagement. But, man, if you, during this broadcast, if you have been able to laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate the victory of you being here. Just celebrate the victory, man. Celebrate the victory, man. I'm going to give, before I begin, we got Dolores on the check-in from Jersey. What's going on, Dee Dee? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, yep. Just celebrate the victory. I celebrate you, Dee Dee, for continue to order for Sweet Candy Cafe. I appreciate it. And by you continue to tune in. I appreciate that as well. I'm going to also celebrate the victory ahead of time. My nephew, Nomar, is graduating from high school. So I'm going to celebrate that victory as well. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory, guys. Make sure you take the time to do that. Very, very important. Take the time to do that. Very important that we do that. Hey, there we go. Select that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, hey, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart by you watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday. I appreciate it. You can watch this episode and our past episodes on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesday. So when you're on the channel, please make sure you like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, also, you can follow me. If you haven't been following me, you can follow me on Instagram at Russ Williams Transitions. That's Russ Williams Transitions with an S. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Okay, let's get back to the music. Selector, come on. There we go. Okay. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Also, you can check us out on TikTok. My handle is Russ Williams, the number 11. Russ Williams, the number 11. See that number 11 right there? Yep. Russ Williams, the number 11. We're having a great time there on TikTok, okay? Shout out to our corporate sponsors, Sweet Candy Cafe, located in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina, the home of Southern Sweetness. So, the show's about to end. But after the show, please make sure you go to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies, okay? Make sure you do that. And again, man, your taste buds will thank you. So please make sure you do that, okay? And I thank you in advance. I thank you in advance for doing that as well, too. So I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. The owner, my wife, Mrs. Sweetness, Felicia Evans-Wimp, she thanks you as well. She can't be here right now, but that's okay. But she thanks you, and we thank you in advance. Well, in you ordering. I really appreciate you guys as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless. All right, guys.